Good morning, everyone. Lights are on. You know what that means. A video. It's time to film. I'm running late though. It's already Friday. I usually try to do this on Wednesday. So I am going to show you what we were going to do today. Instead, we're going to do something different. Well, maybe we'll do both. I don't know. I got to put this away first though. Keep some of my stuff in my closet. So I have a problem. Here's my lunch. I have a problem and we're gonna solve this problem today. These things. There's my little note, and that's the problem we're gonna solve. Okay. Details first. I'll tell you about that in a second. This is what we were going to do today. We were going to make some little angel bookmarks. I'll show you what they look like. Maybe we'll still make one. Cute, cute, cute. There's a short video about this little angel, so you can see how to make this one if you're interested. But today I'm gonna focus on this. So let's get started. Okay, so the other day I made a short video and I used the jelly plate and I made, where is it? These. I made these little guys. And it was a lot of fun. I didn't have a lot of playtime, so I didn't get to do many, but they were so fun and I really enjoyed it. But as I was creating, I got into the moment, of course, and this is the drop paper that, or the painting paper that came from it. I love that. We're gonna use that for something. But in the process, oh, you can see the butterfly. In the process of getting into the moment, I forget that when you're doing this kind of thing, you need to put your details first. I started off good with some of the details, but then I would forget and go about my business, and I lost a lot of the detail on my little butterflies. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to do it together this time, and then maybe we'll make the angel paperclip. I don't know. Maybe we'll make this a double whammy video. I don't know. We'll see how much time I have left after I get through rambling about this. But I went ahead and posted the short video knowing that I had lost my detail because I thought, well, it's still fun. They still turned out cute and they still have that funky, primitive kind of look to it, and they can be used for something. They'll be used in collage, or I don't know, maybe make a little notebook and put that on there. You never know what you can do. You only know you need it when you need it at the time you need it. So I really had fun, so I went ahead and posted them anyway. But I was having a conversation with somebody on my Instagram about the details and how you forget, because in this particular instance, you need to paint backwards. And it's easy to forget when you just spend a lot of your time painting forwards. I don't use the jelly plate enough to remember, so I get caught up in the fun and I forget. So I made a note, and I'm keeping it with my jelly plate stuff, and we're gonna play a little bit with this again and make a few more of these. This is on tissue paper, so I've got to find the tissue paper I was using. I don't know where I put it. And I also pulled out one sheet of deli paper because I might use deli paper, and I may use newsprint. I don't know yet, but I lost my tissue paper. I got to go find it. So that's what we're going to do. And once we do a couple of those and I'm satisfied, then we might do the angel. If not, we'll do the angel in another video possibly. Okay, so let me go find my tissue paper and we'll get started on details first. Okay, I found my tissue paper and I went ahead and cut a few little pieces into about the size of the jelly plate, a little bit bigger. This jelly plate is a 3x5. You can use a big one. I have a scrap sheet of paper, it's just printer paper, that I'm gonna roll off my paint. This is just a notebook sleeve. You can store documents inside of it. I use it to set my jelly plate on. And this is deli paper. And then I have my Posca pens, because that's what we're going to use. And then you'll need a paint of some sort for your top coat, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, so I'm probably going to try a butterfly again because they were fun, and do my details first. There's my note. I need to put this note in all my jelly plates and just tape it there so that I see it. Yeah, let's glue it in there. So I don't make that mistake again, because, you know, you set out for one thing and you wind up with something else, and there. Now I won't forget. We'll see if I won't forget. These turned out cute. I think they're really cute, but they're not what they were meant to be. The details are missing. This is wrinkled, and I don't care about the wrinkles. I think it adds a little character to whatever you're doing. Like, I think it's this one. You can see all the wrinkles where the paint doesn't pick up because there's a wrinkle in the paper. I like that. And I'm not going to take time to try to make it smooth other than this. That's all I'm going to do. And one side is a more papery side. One side's a little more slick. On this particular type of tissue paper, I'm going to use the side that is not slick. I'm going to use the papery side. All right, so let me set up my little system here, and we'll get started on trying again with the details. I have my jelly plate out. It's on my little plastic sheet. And I also brought over a brayer because I'll need that in a few minutes, but not right now. Let's do a butterfly. I'm going to start off with a black Posca pen because it's backwards, details backwards. So actually I have to start off with white because I usually end with white. So I'm just going to draw a really rough, and I've got it sideways because I don't want it up and down. I'm going to draw a really rough draft of a butterfly. I am not a drawer, but I certainly love a wonky, whimsical looking butterfly of any kind. So, and this is hard to do on this thing because it wants to pull. Let's go ahead and put some dots in to be picked up. My brain does not work this way. My brain wants to go forward. Of course, if you get me a magazine, I will look at the back first and go forward. Easy peasy. But for this is not an easy task for me. So I'm going to let this dry. The trick for me is to let the paint dry in between each segment so that you don't smear it. So I'm going to turn off the video, let this dry for a second. I'm going to outline it in black before I come back. So I'm going to do the same thing. After this white dries, I'm going to come back with my black and go over the white, kind of a scribbly look like we doodle on this channel all the time. And when I come back, we'll have our black and white down. I'm going to let the black dry too before I come back. Okay, I've got my black on, and you notice it's not solid. There's little skips and stuff around there. That's fine. We're just going to go with it. I'm not trying to create a masterpiece, y'all. I'm just having fun, and I'm just trying to overcome my details last problem. So I just thought I'd get on here and see if I could help you guys too, because maybe your brain works like mine too. Maybe you like to go from front to back and not back to front in most cases, except for a magazine like me. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna put some little doodles around here and color it in. This color here. And if I have gaps in my color, like you can see through here, there's some gaps in the color, that's okay too, because when I put the last layer of paint on, it should show through those gaps. Let's see if I can show you an example. Not really. Oh well, take my word for it. Let's just get these painted in here. And I think I will do something pink up here. How about I'll just do pink dots around here. The problem with doing this for me is the waiting for the paint to dry. That is so hard for me to do. Let's do something in the butterfly itself. How about some yellow dots? And then I'll paint it in with another color. And I can go ahead. I like the little lines that I did on this one that I did earlier, so let's go ahead and add those in. So I'm going to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I was going to use yellow, but I think I'll change. Well, it's going to be yellow, but it's going to be a darker. And I'm just going to put dots. I'm going to let this dry, and then I will be back. I've decided to do a little more doodling in here while this is still drying, so I thought I'd turn the camera back on real quick. I'm going to try and avoid hitting anything that I've done, but I thought I'd put some more color in the wings, detail color, and I want some stripes in there. Maybe I can go this way. I think this would be cute. I'm using a thicker Posca pen than I would prefer to use because I don't have this color in a smaller nib. But if you have the colors in a smaller nib, it'd be easier on you. Okay, there's some stripes, and let's do circles around here. Well, that's not really a lot of room to do circles. Maybe we'll just do an outline of the shape of the wing. Okay, and maybe some dots in there. Just doozying this guy up. If we're going to do details first, we're going to do details. We're going to get us some details in there. And all this effort, I hope it comes out. I have seen some amazing work with the jelly plate. Some people are like so natural at it and just, they make it look so easy. This is what it looks like on the other side. And I'll show you this again when I put the layer of paint on. I'm gonna let this dry, and I think that we're gonna go ahead and then put our layer of paint down. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick a green because I really like this color green. I think it stands out really nice. And another thing with tissue paper, it will tear easily, so mine tore. I'm not going to worry about that. If it tears, it tears. This has to dry, and then we'll do another step. I do think I kind of want in these openings some white dots. I've changed my mind about putting a layer on of paint. I want to put some paint color in my butterfly first because I don't want my butterfly to be green. And so I've got this Raspberry by Americana. I'm going to make that the wings. And then I want to put, I don't know, I want a yellow. No, I don't want yellow. I want something else in my butterfly itself. Maybe this melon? I don't know. We'll see. We'll try the melon. And so what I'm going to do is just take a small paintbrush, and I'm just going to paint inside on top of my details. And hope that I'm doing this a little more correctly than the last time, because I'm really trying hard to remember this time. I keep wanting to barge ahead. Done that, so I'm going to go ahead and do the raspberry in the wings. Love this color. And I'll do one with you so you see what I'm doing. And then I'll go off camera and I'll finish it up so that this goes a little quicker. Okay. I'm going to paint the rest of my wings in, and when that's dry, I'll come back and we'll do the final coat. Okay, I think we're dry enough to put our last layer on. I've changed my mind about two things. One, I've decided not to use the vineyard green. I'll do that on another one maybe, but I'm going to go a little brighter on this one. I'm going to use olive green. I'm also not going to use the tissue paper. We will do one with tissue paper, but I got a little scared because tissue paper is more delicate and it does tend to want to tear, and you have to let this dry to pull it off. So I just decided all the effort I went into putting the details on this, I don't want to use tissue paper first round, so I'm going to use the deli paper. I'm a chicken. I chickened out. So I'm going to take this paint and I'm just going to put a little bit out on top of my plate here. Not a whole lot. You don't need a lot. You need a thin layer. And my brayer. And I'm going to brayer that color on. Just a thin coat is all you need. There we go. And then I'll clean off my brayer off to the side here. And I'm going to take this deli paper. I don't think either side matters on this one. So I'm going to lay that down right there. And I'm going to use my paint bottle as a burnisher, a Baron. Here, I'll show you what the other side looks like. I'm going to let this sit for a while and let it dry. This may not be the color of green I wanted, but it's still cute so far. So far, so good. That's what it looks like on the other side. So I'm going to let this sit for a minute, and I'm going to let it sit until this is not very cold to my touch. I usually don't wait long enough, but you know, that's just because I'm not a pro with this, and I've got other things to do besides sit here and watch paint dry all day. One thing would be great is if you had several jelly plates, which you know, I could get my large one and my round one and set them all up on my table and have several going at a time so that I'm not sitting here waiting on any particular one. But for this video, I didn't have space for that because I've got another project going on here on my table, and my other table's not set up to film yet. I'm waiting on one more piece of equipment to film over there, and I don't know, I just didn't want to drag out all the jelly plates. That's the real truth right there. I could have made room, but I didn't want to. But I just wanted to overcome the detail first problem. All right, let's check back here in a minute when this is dry. Okay, let's see what we have here. Is it going to pull properly? Yeah, I can get you a little closer. I don't know. I think that's as close as we can go, right? Well, I'm glad I used the deli paper. So far, so good. Well, that's probably the cleanest pull I've ever had, and it didn't get everything, but it got quite a bit. There we go. That's so cute. That is so cute. I love that. Good job, little deli paper. Okay, let's try one with tissue paper. At least we know the deli paper works really well and we could actually get a good pull. So I'm willing to try the tissue paper now. All right, I'm just gonna draw one of my doodly flowers. And I'm gonna start with the white again. Let's just get a shape down. I'll start over here because I don't want it to be centered. I like odd shapes, so we're going to go with some odd shapes. Okay. Let's do another little flower down here. Odd, odd, odd. That's my thing. I like odd. Okay, and I still have some of the paint from this one on it, just a couple little dots, and it may pull off with this pull, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and add some details into the flower. Let's put some dots in here so they can be drying. Let's go ahead and make and I think I'll take this yellow and I'll put a few little lines in here just for the fun of it. Then we'll paint over it when it's dry. Okay, I'm gonna paint in one of the flowers pink. So I'm just gonna go in all the areas, go over my yellow now that it's dry, and fill in with my pink. Okay, and I will come back when I do the next color. Okay, the pink is painted in, and you may have noticed I did not put my black outline around the white after it dried, and that's because I forgot. I'm gonna put a little bit on, not a lot, because I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of just go around what I've already got here, just a little bit here. It's gonna be over some of my dots because, like I said, I forgot to do this. Okay, and let's do that. Do I want some black dots in here? Just a few. I'm gonna go ahead and put black dots in here. I can paint the inside here. I think I will paint it a pale yellow. That'd be pretty. I went ahead and put some raspberry inside the circles here so it can be drying. I've decided I really like the way that pink is looking in that flower, and so I'm going to do the same thing on the other flower. I'm going to paint it pink as well, and then I think we'll be ready to do our main coat on top of everything. And I'm thinking I'll use the vineyard green for that because I think it'd be real pretty in the background of the pink, as if it was a garden background, like a bunch of leaves in the background or something. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put my coat of paint on because I'm running out of time. So we are not gonna do the angel paper clips today. I don't have time. We spent more time on this than I would have liked because of drying time. But I'm gonna try the tissue paper, so wish me luck, because I really want this one to turn out too, because it's so cute. Okay, let me find my paper I want to use. This is the tissue paper, and let's hope the tissue paper works. It works, it's just hit or miss whether or not it's gonna rip. All right, so I've got my wrinkles in there, as you can tell. Let me show you the other side. That's what I want it to look like. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a second to dry and then I'll come back and we'll pull it off. I am waiting on that little spot right there to dry. Let's just go for it anyway. Let's just try. Let's see if I can. Let's see if we can pull this without any tissue paper ripping. Oh, please. I don't think it's dry enough, honestly. Well, maybe. You can see the crackles because, like I said, the tissue paper is wrinkly, and so there's wrinkles in it where the paint won't pick up, and I like that. I think it's really cute. I almost to that spot, almost. Ooh, we got lucky and, oh, I think it's trying to rip right there. Let's go this way. There we go. Well, not too shabby. It did try to rip, but it did not. It just didn't pick up the paint properly. It sort of tore the paint away, but it's not that noticeable. I'm not that worried about it. I like it. I think it's really cute. It has a crackle effect, like you used a crackle paint or something. Now the thing is, there's still a design on here, so I think I'm going to try and pull that off. It won't be much. It'll be a very light ghost print if I get one. But I'm just curious, that's all. Let's just put it, I'm gonna put it in this area here. And maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't, but maybe it's a flop. Either way is fine with me. I'm just cleaning my jelly plate. If it works out where I can see a ghost print, then great. But if it doesn't, then it's okay too. Okay, let's see what we got. Probably nothing. No, it's not even dry. Not enough paint. Nothing. We got a little bit, but it just made it more interesting to look at this. That's all. So let's look at what we got today. I think these are really cute, and I think the more you do something, the better you'll get at it. So I'm really happy. It does show you that the more that you put your detail first, the better your pull's gonna be. So you can see I lost a lot of detail here, but I got it here. Same with this one. And this one here, there's a little more detail in here. But I think they're really cute. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. Really, the main thing is details first and then good luck with the rest of it. That's how I feel. I know some people get really great luck, but I just get what I get and I'm happy with it. This is really cute. I like this. Okay, my jelly plate's still not clean, so I'm going to clean it off, and I'm just going to use a little bit of baby oil and a napkin. Let's put a little bit on my napkin here. And it wipes pretty clean this way. So I'm curious if you're a jelly plate person, if you've got tips and tricks for anybody, leave them below in the comments. You can always learn from other people. No matter what anybody knows, you can always learn something from somebody. So I'm sure I don't know it all, so if you've got any tips or tricks you want to share down below, go ahead. So I have my little note, details first. It worked better this time, so the next time I do it, it'll be even better. You just get better as you go, I'm sure. I hope you guys enjoyed playing with the jelly plate for a little bit. We didn't do a lot, but the drying time took quite a bit of time. But I've solved my problem. I now can get detail a lot better. I enjoyed doing this. It was a lot of fun. All right, we didn't get to do the angel paper clips. I don't know if I'll do a video on that or not. I'll think about it and see what happens by next week. Probably will. All right, you guys have a great whatever it is. I will see you in the next video. Have fun creating, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Want to say hello? Oop. Well, Allie came to say hello, but she jumped in my lap before I could get her on camera, so I can't get her. This is what I go through trying to film a video. Oh, hang on. Breathe. All right. There. Okay, can you turn around and say hello? Hi. Say hello. All right. That's enough. I gotta turn the camera off. Oh, I can't breathe. Oh my gosh.